Good morning, ninth standard. So today we are going to start the second chapter of your textbook, which is a basics concept of operating system. So I've sent you a video last time to make you understand about an operating system, the working of an operating system. So in this chapter we are going to study about the one of the example of an operating system, which is MS Windows. Then the concept of a working system, how it works, what are the functions of an operating system, then about desktop icon on the desktop, and running an application, setting system date and time, Windows Explorer, uh, to view file folder directories. So in a Windows Explorer, in one go we can see all the folders and some folders in a tree form. So that is called a window explorer. So next is creating and renaming and deleting of file and folders, creating a file, then deleting a folder, renaming a file and folders, opening and closing a window, minimize and maximize form of a window. Then basic window accessories like notepad, paint, calculator, documents, music, picture control and control panel. Sorry. Then mouse button functions, the working of a mouse. As we all know that it has three buttons, left, right and scroll button. So we will understand the concept of all the three button of a mouse. So starting with an MS Window, which is an operating system. So it is a multitasking operating system which uses a GUI. GUI stands for graphical user interface, to link the user to the computer. So it is like an interface between a user and a machine. Otherwise user cannot communicate to a computer directly, because a computer understand only a digital language or a binary language, which most of the that human doesn't know. So we need a middle level language which is understandable by both the machine and the man. So operating system is such a software which make it possible for a common people to communicate with the computer, to send some queries into a computer and retrieve the information from a computer. So it and then when we talk about communicating with a machine, so it must be a very user friendly. So to making it a user friendly, we need a interface which must be a graphical user interface, so that it will be more easier for a user to put any query into a computer and then get the information back. So a GUI is an interface that helps user to interact with the computer by use of windows, icons, and menus. Means everything is in a very disposable form, means in the computer, and it is very easily used. We doesn't have to learn any specific command like it was in earlier when we use the computer. Then that time we have to give some textual command to the computer. So now because of the GUI, so it is not there now. Next is some basic concepts of an operating system and its functions. So basic concept of operating system means the functionality of a computer, the importance of a operating system into a computer. So we can say that computer hardware always requires software to perform important useful tasks. So without a software, a hardware is a useless device. Hardware cannot take our commands. It is only because of the software that software makes that hardware work for us. So what are those softwares? So these are Windows. And when we talk about an operating system, there are so many operating systems available in the market, and there are different version of an operating system, starting from this Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, 10. Then we have an Android for a tablet and a mobile softwares devices. Then we have iOS for Apple devices, Mac OS for Apple desktop, and then this operating system, which was a earlier version of Windows. It was a CUI or a TUI, which is a character user interface. So CUI means character user interface. So I'll write it for you. it is CUI. When we talk about DOS, it is CUI. CI stand for character user interface, and it is also known as TUI, which is text user interface. And these days, all the windows that are available, they all are GUI. And GUI already we have studied that it is a graphical user interface. Okay. So these are the terms for CUI and GUIs. So let us see the diagram and how a human uses an operating system, and human interact directly with the operating system, and then it interact directly with the hardware. Then in between it needs some application software also. When we are not uh, working interacting directly with the machine, then we work with some application software to perform some specific tasks like painting, drawing, typing, and presentation work, or any DTP work. So for those type of work, we need some specific application software which again works over the operating system, so that it will make the system understand what we want from a system. Then this is a diagram to depict how a work is performed by a computer using an operating system. Then it has some basic functions like interfacing between user and hardware, coordinating hardware components, provide environment for software to function, provide structure for data management, monitor system health and functionality. So then advantages of operating system: desktop icons on the desktop means, so here desktop is a screen that we get once the system is switched on. So it is the first screen that appears when the system gets booted. So it is a screen which this is the screen. So this is the screen that we get once our system is switched on. So this is your desktop, and there are different components over a desktop, such as these are the icons that you can see over the desktop, and then we have a taskbar on the bottom with a start button on the extreme left corner, and then we have a show desktop button and the notification area with the system date and time tray. These all are the quick launch button, so we can access any application directly from this um, quick launcher. Then we have an icons, so which are the small pictures that represent file folder. It can represent any file or a folder on a desktop, and it works as a shortcut for any application. So these are the main icons that present on our desktop, such as computer, network, user files, and recycle bin. And you must be knowing about working of a recycle bin. That all the file that we delete gets into the recycle bin, and that cannot uh, be restored back till we get it restored. And after few days, it get deleted. Okay. So I'll make another video of for this chapter, and then I'll send you a question bank, and you will write the question only from those queries, and then you get the answer from the book, and you try to write it in your own words. So stay tuned.